Photo, FIFA.com/Getty Images. For many years the Super Falcons have been a team of disparate parts cobbled together in the shortest time frame possible and expected to perform optimally with very little preparation. To their credit, they have almost always delivered, especially on the continent where they have won 9 of 11 Africa Women's Cup of Nations. The 2018 tournament, however, was the clearest indication yet that Nigeria's dominance on the continent was under threat. Though the Super Falcons eventually won the tournament, they were tested and well matched by Cameroon and South Africa in the semi-final and the final. Nigeria was taken to penalties before winning both games. The continued excellence of the women has contributed towards papering over the cracks that are there. They are seriously underfunded, with the men's, as is the case in so many other countries, a priority. Star players Asisat Oshoala and Desire Oparanozie had to express the frustration on social media with the team's lack of games after winning the AWCON in December 2016. The Super Falcons did not have a game until April 2018, months before the next tournament. Heading into the Women's World Cup, the Nigeria Football Federation has got its act together and ensured that the team have had a much better preparation. Bringing in Thomas Dennerby, who won bronze with Sweden at the 2011 World Cup, was a clear indication, and then Nigeria featured in the major four-nation tournament, the Cyprus Cup, and had a training camp in Spain, where they played a friendly against Canada before their final preparations in Austria. The NFF now hopes that the Super Falcons can transfer the continental success to the world stage and at least get out of the group stage for the first time since 1999. They have been handed a tough draw, however, as they ended up in Group A together with hosts France, South Korea and Norway. Dennerby believes having 3 or 4 points before the final group game against France, Nigeria lost 8-0 to France in a friendly last year, will be crucial. Dennerby has tried to instill some order in the attack and tried to make the players work more together while still trying to maintain the verve and the pace of the forward line. Last year the Super Falcons played with a 4-5-1 that easily morphed into a 4-4-2 whenever Rasheedat Ajibade starts. However, the team have transitioned into a 3-5-2, hoping to beef up the defense while exploiting the pace and agility of Barcelona forward Oshoala, strength and poise of Oparanozie, and the pizzazz and creativity of Francisca Ortega. The Super Falcons play a fluid attacking system based on quick transitions into the pacey attackers. Despite the inexhaustible Rita Chikwelu plugging several holes in midfield alongside Halimatu Oyinde, there are spaces there for opponents to exploit, with the ageless Inomebe and the defense needing to keep a high defensive line. The defense looked strong at the AWCON, conceding just 1 goal throughout the tournament, but the friendlies for the World Cup revealed a weakness in set-piece situations. Coach in search of more than just continental success, Nigeria turned to Thomas Dennerby in January 2018 after the NFF failed to land the American coach Randy Waldrum. He has had to work quite hard to be accepted because of the fact that he replaced the Super Falcons legend Florence Omegbemi, who had won an AWCON title and made the FIFA Coach of the Year shortlist. But the former Sweden coach had an impressive CV that probably justified the NFF's actions. Dennerby has had success with the team, winning the AWCON title and bronze at the maiden WAFU Cup, but he now has his work cut out with the aim to excel on the global stage. Nigeria's women national team coach Thomas Dennerby. Photo, FIFA.com. Star player Asisat Oshoala. After winning the FIFA Under-20 Golden Ball and Golden Boot in 2014, Superzie has not looked back. She has added 3 African Women's Footballer of the Year awards, earned moves to Liverpool and Arsenal, and now is on loan at Barcelona after an eyebrow-raising move to China. Oshuala scored 7 goals in 7 league games for Barcelona and contributed to the Spanish side's journey to the final of the Women's Champions League. Did you know? Rasheedat Ajibade, one of the brightest young stars in the team, is also an accomplished freestyler. She won the first edition of the Nigeria National Freestyle Championship and retained the title in September 2018. Apart from freestyling, Ajibade has also had success as a rollerblader, winning the Lagos State Skating Championship. Brief history of women's football in Nigeria. Women's football in Nigeria started in the late 1960s when it was played passively in schools and on the streets in the villages and big cities as the girls joined the boys to play the game. The formation of the Nigeria Female Football Organizing Association in 1978 was another big stepping stone for women's football in Nigeria. Though it took another 6 years before the first National Women's Football Championship was organized by Princess Bola Jagede and held at the National Stadium in Lagos. The women's national team began playing games in 1991 with the African Championship. Nigeria won the title, beating Ghana in the finals and qualified for the inaugural Women's World Cup in China. The Falcons would win 7 straight continental championships before finishing third in 2008. After 2008, the fourth-place finish in 2012 served as an interregnum in Nigeria's dominance on the continent. The continental success has so far not transferred to the World Cup, with the Nigeria women's senior national team going past the group stage only once. Which player is going to surprise everyone at the World Cup? Anomabi. The 36-year-old, playing in her 5th World Cup, has aged like fine wine with her impressive strength and steely determination. She may have lost a yard of pace, but she makes up for it with her supreme game-reading ability and anticipation. The Henan Huisheng defender always knows when to step up from the defense to shut down attackers and when not to. Anomabi will be playing in her 5th World Cup. Photo, FIFA.com. What is the realistic aim for Nigeria in France and why? For a team that has not gone past the group stage since 1999, getting into the last 16 would be a cause for celebration. The Super Falcons are placed in a tough group and they could well fail to go through, but if they produce gutsy and impressive performances would still not count as too great a disappointment. Annual budget for the women's national team compared to men's. NA registered female players. NA. Let's block ads. Why?